Hi guys,
Hi.
this is my mom Susan, and she's beautiful, she's lovely. Um, so a couple of months ago I did her makeup and took pictures, and a lot of people wanted to know how I did her makeup for hooded eyes. So you can see here you can see this fold here, this is a hooded eye. It's totally normal. Hooded eyes are actually the most common eye shape out there. Even if you don't have them like genetically, you'll get them as you get older, unless you have an eye lift. Which, I don't know. Okay, you do you. But a lot of people wanted to know how I did her makeup. I know that it's really frustrating for a lot of people to do makeup when you have hooded eyes. And I figured I would have her come over and we would do her makeup and you guys could see it. So I hope you like it and enjoy spending a little time with my weird mother. So Mom, do you use base on your lids?
I do. A primer.
Yeah.
Yes, I do put base on.
What,
Yeah.
what do you do?
Just my makeup. I mean, I just put my makeup on, and then I put a primer on top of that.
What primer do you use? Stop squinting.
Bobbi Brown.
Cool.
I'm not crazy about it.
Stop squinting.
Oh, sorry.
I'm using right now the Urban Decay
Oh, okay.
primer, which I do really like.
How is a primer supposed to feel once it's on? I mean, are you supposed to have kind of like a sticky, or is it supposed to be smooth so that the shadow moves?
It totally depends, but most primers are sticky,
Yeah.
and the stickiness is supposed to just kind of grab, stuff. But it's also to just give you, a base. So anything that's going to give you kind of a more solid base and, take the coloration out of your eye, the natural darkness and stuff, so that way you have a real base to work with is going to be fine. I don't like it to be too sticky. I find personally, especially if you're not like really, really, really good at blending.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you blend if it's sticking?
Then just run
you're putting a powder on top.
Yeah, let's run a little translucent powder over.
Oh.
And
that was my missing
it'll glide.
step.
So now what we're going to do, I'm using this NYX Love in Paris, which I used to use a lot, and I don't use as much anymore, but I think it'll work really well for my mom. They're slightly warm, but they're a bit lighter, a little peachier, and I think for my mom's skin tone, these are going to look really nice. And there are some cooler darks, which I think will be great too. And I'm going to take so you guys, I know main reason why people wanted this video was to watch the eyes. So that's the beauty stuff we're doing right now. So the main thing about hooded eyes, like that you have here from my mom, is the fact that this lid here goes over. So basically, if you look at my mom's eyes, here, especially this eye more than the other one, see how the top of her lid completely covers almost the mobile lid here in the center? It's called a hooded lid. And so sometimes it can be really difficult. She's not as hooded at all on this eye. She is sometimes, but not today. And a lot of people are like that, like if you're retaining more water. But you can see this eye definitely hooded. So it can be difficult when you see tutorials, because they'll say things like, put this in a crease, blah, 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 but you don't have one anymore. Like my mom has no crease, because where her crease would be, which is right here if you were to poke in her eyeball, then it's just skin now. And it'll get looser as you get older. It happens all the time. So what I'm going to do is, what you're basically going to do is recreate that shape. It's not because you don't like the hood. And in fact, sometimes if you want to do something really dramatic, you can do a whole sweep of color. See, my mom has this huge canvas here to work with. So you can do a sweep of bright color. That would be beautiful. But if you want like the focus to be on your actual like eyeball, your pretty eyes, then what you do then is you recede some of the skin with makeup so that this part can stand out. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking a medium fluffy brush, and I'm going to take a transition color. So transition color is a color that's kind of close to your skin tone. I'm going to do this peachy pink right there. And I'm going to just, stay ahead. I'm going to run it chin down, normal brows, like your resting bitch face, mommy. Yeah. And I'm going to run it where that indentation would be. So see, I'm just brushing it. And this color here is barely darker than her skin. And for this transition too, it doesn't have to be necessarily like a neutral color, but it just has to be kind of close enough to your skin tone. It's not going to be a jarring difference. So what I'm doing is I'm working it, see right here is where the socket is, so I'm going a little bit above and around to kind of recreate that depth. This is neutral enough that what it's going to do is it's going to just make sure that any other colors we use, there's no harsh transition. So right now I'm just placing. The color. And if you have color that blends well, and these NYX blend pretty well, stop lifting your brow. Thank you.
God, it's so hard to be a bitch face.
No, it's not. I do it all the time.
Yeah. I'll leave that. Okay.
It's so hard to be a bitch face. Okay. You're a bitch face.
She's a bitch.
No, stop it. Stop it. I know what you. Stop! Oh my god, you're the worst, mother.
Okay.
Alright, so now, chin down. Why do
Because I feel like I'm like.
No,
Okay.
what are you doing?
All right.
Stop being so weird. Be less weird.
I can't. Oh.
Alright, so now I'm just going to take a clean brush and I'm just blending the edges.
Okay.
And you can look with your mirror if you want, Mom, so you can see what I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm just taking and blending the edges out. This is a clean.
And you're not going low at all. You're like from the bone up.
Yeah, this can go really high. I mean, this color is
I
almost...
go lower.
This
That's
color is
wrong.
almost the same. Well, I mean, it's not wrong. It's just different. Like, what you're trying to do is recreate the shadow here. And this color, you want to lift your eye, right? So what I'm doing is I'm creating kind of a shape that goes up like this.
Mm-hmm.
But see how I'm recreating the shadow here, starting to build into that?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. But this is a transition. It's so close to your skin that it's not severe or dramatic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Then what you do is you're going to take a actual crease brush. And remember, Mom, I bought you a whole set of brushes. So you
Yes,
have
you
these.
did.
Not
do
this
have
exact
that.
set. but
I
you
use
have-
that.
Yeah. So now I'm going to take a darker shade. Still pretty neutral, but I'm going to take this brown that's right here. And I'm going to run that closer to the actual crease. Get the excess off. So rest your eye, look straight ahead, because this is the eye that people are... This is your hooded eye. So you want the most concentration, of course, right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to put it where that crease would have been, right? So you can feel it right here. So feel around with your finger if you need to.
How far in are you going?
What do you mean?
In towards the middle, towards the nose.
So that's totally up to you. I like to go pretty far in,
Really?
but
Okay.
for me personally, but partially just because like I have much bigger eyes than you.
Yeah.
And I have much bigger lid space than
Yeah.
we do here. But you can definitely go in. It's a kind of a fun modern look to go in like this and keep it lifted up.
A little more dramatic.
Yeah.
Dramatic wave.
So I like to do that.
Yeah.
Dramatic wave.
Go for a look here.
You're just making crab up. I don't even know what that means. Dramatic wave. Yes, we're going for dramatic wave. Look.
Dominant wave.
What?
Okay.
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 No. I'm the writer, mother.
Okay.
You leave the words to me. So I'm rest your eyebrows. Thank you. I'm basically placing color right now, not blending. And then what you can do is close your eyelid. Is then run the outer third. You can run that same color to just deepen up. So you can see the shape I've got here. I've got basically a C shape, and it goes like that. Now open your eye. Look normal. You want to make sure that you can see the color with your eye open, just looking straight ahead. So I can see the color here. See how that hood that completely covers is already almost invisible. It's still there. The skin is still folding almost completely to her eyelash, but you're not focusing on it because this is creating that shadow to make it look like it's receding. See, Mommy?
Wow.
So now we'll do the other side, and then I'll blend. And I always like to place and then blend because
Okay.
I like to place and then blend. Relax, look ahead. Look at me. I can't see, if your eyes are shut when you do this, you can't see.
Can't see it.
if you're putting the color in the right spot, because you're not going to walk around with your eye, thank you, with your eyes shut. Well, you shouldn't, if you don't want to hurt yourself. And so I'll move you a little bit this way so people can see better. So you want to keep your eye open when you're doing that. You only close it when you're doing the lid part, the mobile lid part. All right, so that's there and that's placed. Close your eye now, and then I'm going to do the outer third. Now, if it looks a little messy now, that's just because I haven't blended. So now, the trick for this too is just always blending. I'm going to take my clean blending brush, and then I'm going to run over the edges and really just blend it out. Now when you get towards the center part here, don't blend like in big swoops, because you don't want to make this a big smoky. You want to keep the line. So you really just want to blend over the color itself. And your brows are moving. Alright. And close. Just blend that transition.
Or you're pretty much just kind of blotting.
Well, no,
I mean, just barely moving.
Yeah, I'm very lightly touching. You don't want to brush off your color, right?
Right.
What you're doing is you're just softly blending the edges here. So you want to look at the difference between the two sides, Mom?
Oh, yeah.
See?
Yeah.
So then we'll blend this side.
It's not a hard edge.
Yeah, there's no hard edges. And that way you can actually even do really dramatic color and it'll be wearable. Okay, so there we go. And then I'm just going to go ahead while I have some color on that crease brush. Have you look up, and I'm going to run that under your lid.
Okay.
So for running color under the lid, don't go all the way across. I'm going to go about halfway, maybe 2/3 with this color. To not close your eye up. If you go all the way under, you'll close your eye. But you should always run color under your eye, unless you're doing a specific look where you're like,
But you don't want it to be wide.
Not too wide, but this is so close, this is such a subtle color, and you want it to be blended, that it's not going to be too dramatic. There. See?
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this same crease brush, and I'm just going to run a little bit of darker color, in the actual deep corner. Alright. So I'm going to take the darker cool brown here, just relax. I'm going to run it right in this outer V, just for a little more depth, a little more drama. She was going on a date.
With a great guy.
Okay, brow. And it's just going to create a little more intensity. And then I'm going to lightly blend that.
You're still going up, you know. I like that.
Yeah, well, you want to lift your eye. The thing about a hood too is it kind of drags your eye down, right, to have that skin come down. So everything you put, you want it to kind of go up.
Well, it's actually a little higher than I usually do, because when I'm done, I'll just sometimes take water on a Q-tip and just go like this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's still too low when I see what you're doing.
Well, I mean, that's a really important thing to do in the end too. I still do that no matter what, right, to get that extra, anything that falls down below. But also it's about the, vertically, how high you're placing the color.
Yeah.
Right? And kind of drawing that eye up while you're creating your depth. So it's not just turning like your eye into like orbs of despair. Orbs of despair. And then I'm going to run a little bit of that dark down to look down. Yeah, just a little bit down in this corner. Now, another thing you could do if you want it to be really dark, let's say it's really dramatic, right? And you don't want it to be patchy.
Yeah.
Is you can run like your kohl liner, right? Not a liquid, but like your actual pencil liners. You can actually kind of smudge that into the wing and smudge it up, into the V, and then
It's a little more permanent.
and then put the powder on top. And the powder, it will work like, you know, almost like foundation and setting powder, right? Where the liquid will kind of bind, look down, with the powder and set, and it'll be a little more secure. But also just having a really good primer makes a big difference. Look at me. Alright, so now I'm just going to run the tiniest bit. I'm going to take this little flat, stiff brush and run the tiniest bit of that darker brown on the outer third of her bottom lash. And then I'm going to take it, keep looking forward, and close your eye. I'm going to run a little bit just around the outer third of her top lash line. And this is what I'm doing instead of liner.
No liner.
Because I want to open your eye. And running a dark color is going to close it. So I don't go past like her iris area. So see how it gives a soft definition, but it's not closing her eye up. We spend a lot of work to open it. Closing it again would be silly. Alright, look normal. Look up. So I'm connecting this dark with the dark that's there. Let me make sure that's a good blend. There. And then I'm going to get this close into my outer third.
Now, are you doing just a straight line or a curve?
Here?
Of this dark.
So I'm not doing a wing, so I'm just kind of matching it up into the outer V that I already put in because it's the same color.
Okay.
So you don't really have to worry. This is going to be a nice kind of subtle bit of definition there. And now we just highlight the inner part. So I'm just going to clean this little brush, and I'm going to take...
That feels so... It looks so dark to me, but I'm just not used to... Yeah.
It's beautiful. So now I'm going to take this kind of medium champagne-y shimmery color right here. Here. And run it over the inner third of her lid. So close. And this is going to add some more. And I'm packing this with just a flat brush. This is a great way to get that lid color on. It's just to take a flat brush and really pat. So you see, Mom, you can feel I'm not necessarily blending right now or anything or smudging it. I'm just pushing it kind of into your skin. This is going to redefine that shadow that we placed here, this line, right, by kind of carving out the orb of your eye. It's going to brighten it.
Don't go above the crease?
Don't go above where you place that color. So see, yeah, you don't want to go above. So I'm just going right there. I'm meeting basically that darker crease color.
And is it the same strength all over, or is it like stronger towards the lash line, or?
Yeah, this is the same strength all over. You can definitely do stronger towards the lash line, but because what I'm doing is more like a traditional, you know, circle of color around your crease, I'm just using the same amount of color all the way through. And then look up. I'm going to run some of that color under the inner portion here of her eye, just to subtly brighten it.
There's a lot of loose skin there.
That's fine.
It creases, you know.
It really, you have a lot less loose skin, I think, than you think you do, Mommy. I'm going to run a little bit of darker. It's a little smudgy. Could use a little more. Right. Here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is take this lightest highlight shade here and get your inner corner and really brighten that eye up. I think I might need to switch to like a lighter shade because it's make it really pop. Yeah, let me get something a little lighter than that. I'll use the highlight shade that's in this NYX Contour palette. It's got like an icy shade that I think will work. So what I'm doing is placing color right here to just really open that eye up even more. Just a little bit of brightening.
Eyeball.
I'm brightening her eyeball. So everyone go, look at those eyeballs. Exactly. You weirdo. Alright, let me get this side. So see, I'm placing and focusing here on this tear duct. And I know it seems like a lot, but it's really not. It's just such a good job of brightening everything up. And when you blend it, which I will do in just a second, it ends up looking just really bright. So now, I'm just going to quickly blend
Oh, I
that.
can see it, yeah.
Okay, so close your eye gently. I'm going to blend basically where I placed that other color. And blend that highlight into the rest, and then I'm also going to blend the transition between the darker and the lighter shade that I placed here too, so it's a really smooth gradient. Okay, look at me. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Let me just double check that these are all just blended up as much as can be. Oh, you look lovely, Mom. So now, my mom's eyes are just about done. Look at how much more open they are. Even the side here that's hooded, the hood is still there and it's not going to go away. But what you're focusing on are her eyes. And they're opened up by the way we use the colors. Alright, so
That's awesome.
Those are the tips how to do some makeup with a hooded eye or a mature eye. And you look so like sexy and fierce, mommy,
Ready.
for your Seahawks game at a sports bar. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this, and this was a lot of fun, and
Thank you.
yeah, if you have questions, leave them in comments, and otherwise, have a good day.